welcome to another episode of Better Cocktails at Home. I'm Brian Johnson, and we're here in our bar, the Quarterdeck Club, and we are kicking off the month of March with a series of cocktails based around Julius Caesar and kind of from the concept of the Ides of March when he was murdered or assassinated, I guess, if you will. And so we're going to do a couple drinks to just tie in, whether it's the name or just kind of a concept. And this series was actually created by Mrs. Better Cocktails at Home, so you can thank her for kind of bringing this creativity to it. The first drink we're making is called the Rubicon, and this is a Jamie Boudreau drink. He's a Seattle bartender. And so we're going to make it, and we'll talk a little bit about the history and the drink when we're done with it. So first thing we're going to do is we're going to take a little bit of rosemary, and we're going to kind of put it in the bottom of our glass. And to that, we're going to add ½ ounce of Green Chartreuse. And we're going to let that just kind of marinate for a touch while we mix up the rest of the ingredients. The base of this cocktail is gin, so we're going to do 1.5 ounces of gin. And add that. We're going to do ½ ounce of Luxardo's Maraschino liqueur. And add that. And then we're going to do ½ ounce of lemon juice. So we'll do some nice fresh lemon juice. All right. We'll add that. So now what do we have in the shaker here? So functionally in the shaker, we have just a sour cocktail, right? So we have a base spirit, a sweet component, the Luxardo, and then the lemon is a sour. So basically this is a sour cocktail. And we're going to add some little bit of, well, obviously when it goes in the Green Chartreuse, we're going to have that, something more flavor to it. But just when you start making cocktails, you're going to start noticing these kinds of patterns. All right, so we're going to add our ice. And Jamie likes using kind of crushed ice, or pebble ice in this case. I'm using pebble ice here. So we're going to shake this up really well. All right. Doesn't take long. Now we get the fun part of this drink. So we're going to set that there for just a second. We're going to come back to our rosemary and our Green Chartreuse in our rocks glass. Now we need to light this on fire. So Green Chartreuse is, if I recall, 55% alcohol, so it's fairly high proof. We could use this to light on fire, which you definitely can. I've got a torch though, so I'm going to use this because I can and I get to use this. So you only want to let it burn for about 5 seconds or so. So right now it's on fire, it's burning. So like I said, about 5 seconds. Then we're going to strain our cocktail in there to extinguish the flame. And really what that's doing is the oils in the rosemary, just the heat brings it to the surface. You don't want to burn, right? We just want to bring those oils out, heat it up. So now let's add some more pebble ice here. And then we're going to garnish with another little sprig of rosemary. And that's the cocktail. That's the Rubicon. Let's give it a try. So I get a lot of the The rosemary really comes through in the aromatics of this cocktail, not so much in the flavor of the actual liquid. It's more of a smell kind of sense. And if you really think about what this cocktail is, it's pretty much a last word. Really a last word with equal parts. All of these same ingredients except lemon or lime for lemon. So it has very much the kind of profile of a last word, that kind of flavor combination. But the rosemary definitely adds a lot of the aromatic piece to it. So I really like it for that. In terms of the name Rubicon and how this connects to our Julius Caesar month of March. So Rubicon is a river in Italy. It's not a large river, it's fairly small. 49 BC, it was actually the northern border of Italy. At the time, Julius Caesar was a governor with an army, and he was told to not bring his army across the Rubicon. Basically, doing so would start war and lead to civil war within Rome. He decided to do that. He brought his army across the Rubicon. And so that's kind of the phrase crossing the Rubicon comes from that action where basically it's point of no return. So he knew ahead of time going into this, as soon as he crossed his troops over there, it was going to start war. So kind of started his path toward a dictator. But yeah, so that's the Rubicon. It's really tasty. And it really kind of, I think, starts us off on a good foot of our series of March drinks. But I hope you enjoy it. And thanks for watching Better Cocktails at Home. And we'll see you next time.